近日，致力于反亚太裔歧视的非营利组织 Stop AAPI Hate 发布的最新统计数据显示，在过去1年中，在美国针对亚裔的仇恨犯罪案件数量增加了54%。自2020年3月至2021年3月，美国新冠疫情期间，针对亚裔的仇恨犯罪案件数量高达6603件，而前一年的同期数据为3795件。案件数量的大幅增长表明，美国需要迫切提高人们对仇恨犯罪的认知，并促进种族平等。如果你遇到了此类的仇恨犯罪，你知道怎么寻求帮助吗？亚美卫视 AATTV 有幸请到了 FBI 联邦调查局西雅图办事处的处长 Voiret 先生来为我们进行答疑解惑。
Your experience, do you think there's a rising trend of Asian hate crimes in both Washington and nationally?
Nationally, since the start of the pandemic, we have seen an increase in hate crime, and kind of unfortunately, the biggest increase we've seen is within the Asian community and the Pacific Islander community. With that, our Attorney General of the United States has recognized the uptick in the crimes, and he mandated that with all the components within Department of Justice, we do a review of how we can bring resources to address the uptick. And then I think, and locally too, well, we can't get into specific cases within the local community. I just want to assure the community here in Washington that any hate crime, and especially against the Asian community, we take very seriously.
So is there any special team to handle Asian hate crimes?
Yes, so within our office, we have a program coordinator that handles all of hate crimes, not just within Seattle, but through the whole state of Washington. So not only do we have a squad within our main office in Seattle, but we've got 9 offices throughout the state of Washington. And within those offices, we have agents that work hate crimes. So we're covered, across the state. If there are hate crimes reported to the FBI, we cover it through the whole state of Washington.
What's the right procedure if people want to seek help from the FBI?
I would encourage, if it's something that just happened or is ongoing, you're the first for the community. The first call should be to 911 or to the state or local police. We don't want, the FBI. We're great about conducting investigations, but if it's something that's happening where there could be, they're in danger, or family members or somebody that's in danger, the first step would be call 911. If it's something after the fact, and it's maybe at the time they got away or whatever, but they do want to report it, then they can reach out to the FBI here locally here in Seattle. And I can give you our website. There's a website they can go on to do it, and then there's also some phone numbers they can contact too. And then we will look at it. Again, we take all reported crimes seriously. We'll look at it. We also have to recognize that on hate crimes, some of the crimes can be difficult, where, people have First Amendment protected right to say things or whatever, to express the First Amendment rights. But anytime they cross over and violence takes, or threat of violence takes part in, with the bias towards the individual, based off their ethnicity or race, then it becomes a hate crime, and we will investigate it.
How do they contact FBI for an investigation then?
You can go on tips.fbi.gov, and you can report through the website. Or if you want, there's our FBI, to our FBI office in Seattle, the number is 206-622-0460, or you can call 855-324-7257.
And what other advice that you have for our audience?
Well, also on the reporting, I do want to highlight that if you go on to the website, if they can make the report in Chinese or whatever language they reported it, and they can do that on the website and still report it. It doesn't have to be in English. The biggest advice, and again, to what I had said when we started here, was the important message I can get out to the community is, if something happens, they have to report it. I think a lot of times the victims of hate crimes are reluctant to report things, But there should be no reason, again, I get back to you had asked about ongoing investigations. The victims should feel comfortable that if they come forward to us, they will be protected. There should be no reason why they shouldn't give us the chance to conduct the investigation. If we conduct the investigation and we determine it doesn't meet the threshold for a hate crime, then that's fine. But we can at least, be there, let us conduct the investigation. Because I would also say that even, if a victim reports something to us, maybe we're looking at it, and maybe for some reason, specifically what happened, that person doesn't meet the threshold. But what they have to also consider is that person may have done something to somebody else, committed a hate crime against somebody else. So it's good for us to have that information, because if we see a pattern of different crimes being committed, we can link those together. So again, I think the biggest message from the FBI is to, whether it be to, the state and local police or the FBI, if something happens, even if you're not sure, please report it to us and let us investigate it.
And I think you've mentioned that even if someone who doesn't know how to speak English, they can still get help, right? For example, if they're only Chinese speakers, there's always someone there.
Always someone. Again, if you go on to our website, the FBI, the tips, FBI.gov, they can file the complaint in whatever language they speak. If it's something and just happened and you call 911, the state and local police will have different resources to have somebody come and translate. Again, that should never be a reason not to report something, and we are encouraging the community that if something happens, always report first.
以上是亚美卫视就 Asian Hate Crimes 对 FBI 西雅图办事处处长 Voiret 先生的特别报道。